Welcome to an Australian Living Labs Innovation Network presentation. The network aims to promote Living Labs in Australia, develop the practitioner base and foster collaboration opportunities with existing Living Labs in Europe and the Asia Pacific. You can find us more about us on the website shown, and we're also holding our second symposium on the 5th of June, co-hosted with QUT. You can find us on Eventbrite, and both those links we'll put in this comment section below. We'd like to say a particular big thank you to Community Resourcing, who are helping us with technical support for today and for much of our other series. They have a follow-up conference on the 6th of June, Community Care Business Transformation Innovation Conference, and they've got a terrific lineup, so I highly recommend you check those guys out. And again, we'll put the links in the website below. Today we were talking with Associate Professor Michael Dezuanni. Michael undertakes research about digital media literacies and learning in home and school community contexts. He's the Associate Director of QUT's Digital Media Research Centre and teaches in film, television, animation discipline within QUT's Creative Industries faculty. He has two research projects, and the one we'll be talking about today is fostering digital participation through living labs in regional and rural Australian communities. Michael is very accomplished and has won many awards. The one that makes him coolest in my household is being invited to the Minecraft Education Summit and providing the education team with advice on the use of digital game in education. Michael is also a tremendous supporter of the network and is helping us set up the second symposium on the 5th. In this presentation, we had a small issue where it didn't record the webcam, so unfortunately you can't see Michael give the answers to the questions, but you can hear what he has to say, and I hope you can find that as informative as I did, and we hope you enjoy the presentation. Thank you.
We're going to start off with the same question which we always ask. So what is a living lab, and what do you think are the key attributes of a living lab?
Yeah, I think it's a really terrific question to actually try to define a living lab. I think it means very different things for different people. In fact, we had as part of our project, we had a terrific seminar day up here in Brisbane last year, back in June, and that was a question we put to everyone who was attending, essentially. And we had people from around Australia, but also overseas, who were doing work in community contexts that we considered to be living lab type work, although not all of the people who were doing that work, really identified themselves as being as undertaking living labs. So for me, I think a living lab is essentially a research context in which you work very closely with your participants to define the problems that you're trying to investigate, and then to design something to seek solutions to that problem. So I guess it's living in the sense that it's ongoing and iterative. So if you find challenges along the way, stumbling blocks, things that need to be dealt with, for instance, then you respond to those in real time, rather than waiting until the end of a cycle, for instance, and going through a kind of formal process of evaluation at the end. So to me, that's kind of the living component, if you like. So I think I've kind of talked about some of the key characteristics of living labs there too, that it's essential, I think, that you work with your participants. Your participants are co-investigators. You genuinely respect the insights that they have as co-investigators. We've taken to calling our living labs social living labs. So I guess we're also distinguishing ourselves from the kind of industrial model of sort of perhaps the MIT approach to the living lab, or the European network approach, which has often been about, I guess, testing out a technology or a technological system in situ, and where the focus is perhaps more so on the building of a product. We're as interested in building social systems and social networks to address problems.
Wonderful, thank you. So I was wondering, how do you think, how would you describe it compared to applied research, say? What do you think are the sort of key differences?
Well, I mean, I think that the emphasis is on the social relationships very much so. So, I guess, my take on applied research would be that it's often far more controlled. You're perhaps trying to test something out under quite specific conditions, whereas depending on what you're doing, obviously. Whereas a social living lab approach for us is very organic. We seek to solve problems through an organic process of bringing together the research team with co-investigators from the community and also experts from community-based institutions who are often working with those participants. And together we aim to come up with a solution to whatever the problem is that we're addressing.
Wonderful, thank you.